and welcome to Cambo again. My name is Katherine, I'm the head gardener here, and this is the fourth, I think, and final one of our Spring Flower Festival talks for Discover Scottish Gardens. And this is supposed to be about the cut flower garden here at Cambo, but we've started off in the greenhouse because although it's almost the end of May, it seems to be pretty horrible weather, and we haven't actually got much of our cut flower garden planted up yet, because like most of the country we've been having the wettest and the coldest May so far. So here we are in the glasshouse, and you can see all the seedlings that we're growing at the moment, and these will go out into the cut flower garden quite soon once the weather perks up a bit. And you can see that because we're very lucky here at being in a walled garden at Cambo, we've got quite a nice selection of flowers that I've just picked here this morning, which are things that are growing in the rest of the garden. So we do have lots of colour, but just not in the cut flower garden. So in here we've got all sorts of annuals that we've chosen. We've got lots of the Nigella Love in the Mist, which people will know. We've got Rudbeckias. We've got cornflowers, these nice little strong seedlings here. We've got Alison here in front, and all sorts of other lovely things which will look lovely in a few weeks' time. And you can also see we've got here in trays some of our dahlia tubers, and we will have a couple of beds dedicated to these in the garden. And at the moment we've just got them out of their winter storage, where they've been wrapped up nice and dry. And what I've done is I've put them into these big trays which we've lined with newspaper, sorted through the tubers, and then just covered them up with compost. And you can see there's one here that's just starting to sprout. So as long as they're kept fairly moist, they'll start to sprout, and once they've got a good lot of leaves on them, then we will take them out to the cut flower garden and plant them up there, and they should be lovely, just probably July, August time onwards and into the autumn. Right, so we've now moved up to the cut flower garden here at Cambo. We're up in the upper eastern side of the garden, and this whole area here where you can see the pink gravel paths is the cut flower garden, and this was established about 2 years ago now. This will be its third summer, and it was something that we decided to do because there's such an interest in UK grown cut flowers. A lot of people are starting to realise that the environmental footprint of the flowers that you might get in your standard florist is really not very good at all. The flowers are grown in Kenya, there's lots of plastic involved, the growing practices aren't terribly sustainable. So there's just this great resurgence of interest in UK grown cut flowers, and we wanted to tap into that because we've got so many lovely flowers here, and we wanted to have an area where we felt we could really cut them and sell them in our shop, which in turn gives us money to plough back into the environment, to the horticultural charity. So we've basically got 7 beds, 7 on each side. The beds are about 1.5 metres wide, and these 4 beds here have got perennial plants in, which are things that will come back year on year. And there's some lovely things in here. We've got alliums, which are really good for cutting, they're just coming out. We've got the Cherophyllum here, which is like a sort of pink cow parsley, peonies, echinops, these lovely great Cephalaria gigantea, which is the giant yellow scadius. So these are things that give us a good range of flowers through the year, and we'll just keep adding to those as the years go by. So after the perennial beds, we've just got some beds which we're going to plant up with annual flowers. Decided to do these colour themed this year. They'll just be planted in blocks of different colour. So we've got whites, pastels, blues and purples, and then some more vibrant colours across the back here. You can see that we've started to plant a few things in here. We've got some of the Ami flowers, which is the bishop's flower, a lovely umbel in the white section here, and some double feverfew. We've got some cornflowers that we've planted out. These are mainly the hardy annuals rather than the half hardy annuals, and we've just got them tucked underneath some enviromesh to give them a bit of protection. And then these beds here, where we've got the wallflowers and the calendula, the marigolds, these, once they've been picked and used, the flowers, they'll all be taken out, and we'll replace those with the dahlias sorry for themselves sweet peas, which we hopefully planted out a few weeks ago, and then we've had terrible weather since then, so they're all shivering a little bit at the bottom of the netting, but we're hoping they're going to get going soon. And I think, thinking back to last year, we were probably starting to pick sweet peas, some of them in the glasshouse, in about May or June, but I think these are quite a few weeks off that at the moment. And then just looking through there, this is the double rose border behind which I was talking about, where all these plants are to go. But the hedge that we've planted along the back of there, which you can just see running along here, is a hedge that we planted to give us lots of roses for the cutting garden. So that's nice and handy in this whole one area. So hopefully in a few months' time things will be looking a bit more cheerful, and we hope that we'll have lots of flowers for sale in the shop, and we also hope that maybe there'll be weddings where people can come and buy some buckets of flowers, or people will be able to sign up to our Cambo Cup Flower Club. And last year that was very popular. We had lots of nice flowers for everybody all season long.